work hard, play hard, work hard, play hard, work hard, play hard.
In being a part of the Menominee community, it's apparent there is a love for sports. Athletics is more than a game. It is a lifestyle here. Menominee are raised to love everything from basketball to cross country. It is obvious that this community is full of athletic potential, which leads us to question, if the Menominee people are raised to play the game, why does it seem like the motivation to work for the game is missing? We ventured around the reservation and posed a series of questions to a variety of community members. This is what they had to say.
It's the ability to play sports or to excel, and we all have that ability to have success in any given sport. It's just whether or not the people we surround ourselves with, the family structure, and then the support that we get along the way determines whether or not we can reach that potential.
Athletic potential, I think, is part hard work and determination, and then the other half is just dedication. You got to dedicate yourself to going out, doing your workouts, keeping on a diet, just every day. Just even though you don't feel like you're getting out of bed, going to the weight room, running, and just keep always practicing, just trying to strive through.
Well, first of all, I believe everybody has potential. But I also believe that because your parents were athletes doesn't always mean your children are going to be athletes, okay? If you want to be a good athlete, you have to have dedication and hard work.
I think athletic potential could be a number of things. I think that there's two types of athletes. There's athletes that just have natural abilities, ones that don't maybe need to practice as much and just born with the potential to be athletic. And I also think there's athletes that work hard, practice every day, put their time and dedication into the sports that they want to play, that are also just as good athletes as somebody that's got the natural ability to do so.
I think what's stopping Menominees from reaching our athletic potential is we don't have it until recently, we haven't had enough people kind of showing the way on how to do it, how to get good grades or do well in high school, work hard all 4 years of high school, and then go on to college and do the same thing and block out the distractions, really set goals, and have the support structure with family, friends, schools, and in a community. We don't have enough of that, and I think that's really hurting us. And with our younger kids now, we all want to be. I mean, we have really good athletes in our community. We just don't have the drives there. We just don't have the people to show them the way, or that have done it. We don't have enough of them that have done it.
I think sometimes it's resources. There's not really a gym here for the guys to go to a gym and go work on their game, no matter if it's snowing, raining, or whatever. There's not, guys around to help mentor them. There's not a lot of players or former players to help coach them and help them mentally and get ready for what the next level is and help prepare them to get ready for that.
Peer pressure is a big problem, because if kids are good athletes and if kids are good students, they get looked down upon in some instances. I also believe that home plays a big part in that. If your parents aren't there to back you, or if they never come to any of your sports, you know, that kind of can cause you to fall out of sports. I think you need direction in sports. You have to be dedicated and go to all your practices.
I think as a law enforcement officer, I see a lot and deal a lot with juveniles and people around the reservation. I guess some of the main concerns that I can see are the drinking, alcohol, drugs, gangs, maybe just not pushed hard enough by their parents or people that care about them, and wandering the communities late at night, getting into things that maybe stop them from succeeding or performing in athletics.
I think that we need to have our Menominee athletes, our Menominee leaders that go on to college, we need to have those guys come back, and well, those guys or those girls, we need to have those people come back and want to contribute and want to help our younger, not just athletes, but people, but specifically athletics. If our people that went on to play college sports come back and kind of share what they learned and show the younger kids the way, and that we can fight off negative peer pressure, I think that that'll take big steps in us realizing our athletic potential.
I think if the tribe invested in building on the rec center and adding a gym and adding to the weight room, and maybe hired some mentor guys that played college, guys that understand how hard it is physically and mentally to help the youth, help the younger guys get prepared if this is what they really want to do, and help them get on the right track to get to play college or reach their athletic potential. How would I define a mentor?
Yeah.
I think a mentor has to be somebody who's not perfect, somebody who actually understands. I think the best mentors are guys who have done it the wrong way, and they learned how to do it the right way. So they know from mistakes, they understand, they can look at a guy that has potential but's going down the wrong path and can recognize those things that he used to do or he's seen done and help guide that guy from going down the wrong way. I think a lot of times people are like, they put mentors that are too picture perfect, the guys that just look like they did everything the right way. And so I don't think people can relate to those. A lot of guys that are going the wrong way. You need somebody who looks like them, who's been through the same situations, that talks the way they do, and understands what's going on around them to help them really realize, like, hey, I got out of this, so can you.
Oh, education. That's like my main answer is education. I think teens need to be educated in safe sex. I think teens need to know about the effects of alcohol and drugs and what it can do to your body. Like we just had a workshop on synthetic marijuana, which is real prevalent on the reservation right now. Kids are mixing all kinds of stuff in order to get high. I just think being educated in all of these areas could play a big role, you know, in kids not going down that wrong road.
In the young ages of our Menominee youth is always a successful way to see young athletes and older athletes succeed. Starting them off in sports when they're younger and giving them something to look forward to as they grow into young adolescents and teens. Placing things on the reservation that's going to help them with those programs, such as building gyms or building different facilities for our youth to utilize, would be a good way to see our youth succeed in sports. I really don't think there's enough around here right now, and I think that our youth tend to fall into different groups and stray away from athletics, even though their natural ability is there. Sometimes you see on the reservation some of the great athletes, or some of the potential great athletes that don't even want to play in the sports because of different reasons, like I discussed before, gangs and drugs and drinking.
Jim Thorpe was one of the greatest Native American athletes that have ever lived. He was born on May 28, 1887 in Oklahoma. He was a mix of French, Irish, and Fox Indian. His Indian name was Wathohawk, which translates to Braid Path. In 1911, Jim Thorpe was named the first All-American athlete, and in the 1912 Olympics he won the gold medals in the decathlon and pentathlon. He excelled in athletes at the Carlisle Indian Institute. Jim Thorpe was voted Athlete of the Century, excelling in basketball, lacrosse, and baseball, and even won a national ballroom dancing contest. Jim Thorpe passed away on March 28, 1953. Some other successful Native American athletes include Shoney and Jade Schimmel, which played Division I basketball for the Louisville Cardinals and are the first Native Americans to help their team make it to the Final Four. And finally, Marcus Oliveira, a Menominee professional boxer. If these athletes can make it, so can you.
It is more than just one specific thing preventing students from reaching their full athletic potential. It is an array of obstacles that are more than likely different from each individual. Although the community identified a few common roadblocks. Number 1, lack of family support.
Number 2, falling under negative influences.
Number 3, lack of motivation, commitment, and negative attitudes.
Now that we've discovered some of the problems, we can start working on getting the solutions. Number 1, families have to start supporting their athletes and the community should start going to the sporting events.
Number 2, the tribe should have more options that the athletes can go to, such indoor gym, more leagues that athletes can attend, and more variety of parks.
Number 3, let the athletes know it's okay to chase your goals.